Hello, hello. Welcome back to Chiquis and Chill podcast. I hope your week is off to a happy, healthy, and productive start. Today, we're going to get into some things. As you can tell by the title of the episode, we're going to talk about letting go. Letting go of everyone who no longer serves you, who no longer deserves your time, energy, and attention. Let's do this. Okay, so I don't know if you guys listened to the first episode of the season, but if you haven't, go listen to that because then you're going to understand a little bit more as to why I wanted to talk about this topic very early on in the season, because I realized a few weeks ago that with this new change or whatever it is that I'm going through or growing through, should I say, because I'm growing. I know I'm growing. I know that I'm going to upset a few people maybe, and I'm okay with that. And specifically people that have to do with like my music career, because I don't know if they're going to understand where I'm at, and that's okay. I don't necessarily feel the need anymore to like explain myself or over explain myself or have people meet me where I'm at. And I don't necessarily want to meet people where they're at. Whoever's meant to be in my life is going to be in my life. And it doesn't have to feel forced. I don't want it to feel forced. We're just going to be on the same frequency. When I tell you, hey, this is what I'm feeling, you'll be like, hey, cool, awesome. I'm happy for you. Hell yeah. Like I'm going to feel it right away is what I feel. And I know there are going to be people that are going to be like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Why would you do that? Like, why would you put a pause? Especially with like my career, I just won my third Grammy. I was nominated for the second time in the American Grammy. Like my career musically has been going amazing and I'm so freaking grateful. And some people would probably think like, okay, this is not the time. You need to keep the momentum going. But in a way, I feel content with what I've been able to accomplish. Not in a way, I feel very content. I feel very grateful. And you have to know when to walk away. I have seen so many people, and not just in my career or in my industry, should I say, but in so many different industries that people keep pushing because it gives them money. Like I understand that, but they're not necessarily happy 100%. They feel like their soul is calling them to do something else or take a little break, and they don't, and they keep going. And instead of it helping their career, it damages their career and their image. And I am okay with saying, I want to put a pause, not a stop button, just a pause button where it's like, I'm going to press the pause button for a little bit. I'm going to go do something else real quick and figure something out within myself. Because if Janae is not spiritually aligned and feeling good and feeling centered, then she's not going to be able to be okay for Chiquis, the person that goes on tour and is on stage and gives so much of herself. Like I feel like I need to come back to Janae. And I explained this all in the first episode. But I have noticed, and I don't necessarily want to say names but I think they know who they are. But I don't necessarily want to say names because I don't think it's necessary. But I think some people are kind of like maybe not taking me that seriously. They're kind of like, oh, it's just a moment thing. Maybe she's being emotional. Like she's tired right now. Like, because I was, last year was amazing. And this year I started off the year a little like exhausted, like mentally more than anything. But it's not that. This is so much deeper than that. And I feel like the people that are meant to be in my life for this new season of my life are going to embrace it and embrace this change and are going to be excited for me. And if they're not, it's not like, okay, peace, you're out of my life. No, but it's okay if we're not as close as we used to be. I'm ready to lose all the right people or to lose those relationships. Like if there's a friend, for instance, that is kind of like, oh, don't have a baby, then I'm going to be like, well, then maybe you're not meant to go with me to this next season of my life. Because if you're not going to embrace what I'm trying to do, especially if that person has kids, it's like, wait, so you can have kids, but just because I'm choosing to have children a little later in life, like, oh, don't do it. That's not fair. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm really listening in to conversations and reading between the lines and really listening to my soul right now. And I've been doing this for a while, but now more than ever, I'm okay with walking away from situations or people, friendships, relationships that no longer serve my highest good. Like more than ever, especially 2025. This is the year of the snake, guys. And with the snake comes a lot of wisdom, rebirth, because a snake sheds their skin. So you're like rebirth and changing and becoming who you're meant to become for the next X amount of years. That's what this year is all about. It's going to bring wisdom and it's going to bring all that good stuff, but it also is going to allow us to see people for who they are because, a snake is a serpent. So they're sneaky and a lot of masks are going to fall off in this 2025. You're going to see people for who they really, really are. A lot of that is going to come up. So that is going to prompt you to be, wiser and make better choices, hopefully, and become a new person. And this is something that I've kind of been feeling since October, November of last year, where I'm like, okay, something is happening, something is changing within me, and I need to embrace it because change is uncomfortable. It is. And I'm a Cancer. And I've learned to be better with change because Cancers, we're not good with change. We don't like change. It's like we are creatures of habit, but that's also not good either. So I've learned to be okay and embrace and welcome change. So I know a lot of change is coming in my life and I'm okay with it. And that also means that I'm going to lose people along the way. And I am open to it now. And I know that that's going to hurt me. But if that means that I'm going to be better and they're going to be better as human beings, then so be it. Especially for my future and for my future family. I need to protect that more than ever. All I can say to those people that I will be letting go, and I might not even know exactly who they are yet. I have an idea of a couple that I feel like, oh, damn, I think we're going to drift apart. Hopefully not on bad terms. I don't want that. Like, I don't want drama in my life either. Like, now I'm like, even if someone wants to fight, I'm like, I don't want to fight with you. I don't have the energy. Like, it's just, because I like to argue. I like to argue and then I like to be right. So I'll argue, but I'm not even like, no, I don't even want to bring that into my life. So I feel like half of those people, I don't even know who they are, but I know it's coming and I know it's going to happen. I don't know, it makes me a little bit sad, but I'm like, well, it is what it is. This is something that unfortunately or fortunately I'm kind of used to. I wish everyone well and they're lost. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine I'm just like, okay, it's your loss. No, but I don't know if I necessarily have anything to say to these people in particular, but it's more of like peace be with you sort of thing. And peace be with me and that's it. Like I'm okay with it. And it sounds so crazy because back in the days, I'm talking about back in the days, I've been the type of person to hold on to people knowing this isn't a good situation for me. This isn't a good person, but let me hold on because I think I can change them, because I think I can convince them. I want their approval. I was a people pleaser and I would hold on to situations and to people, even knowing it's not good for me. Done with that. I can't do that. Like, it's not good for me. It's not good for them. It's not good for my future. And with letting people go, the other side of the token is welcoming new people into my life. I'm really good with the amount of friends that I have, but I think maybe catering more to those relationships or new people that are on the same wavelength, or on the same frequency, the same journey. I don't know. Like, I keep hearing like this soft girl era. Like, I don't even know what that looks like, guys. I don't even know what that really means. I just know that that's what I keep feeling and hearing in my soul and in my like time of like prayer and stuff. And I feel like I've been kind of like with my fists up, defense mode, and I don't want people in my life that make me want to do that. Like, I don't want that anymore. Like, my soul doesn't crave that. I feel like I've been a fighter. I've been surviving these past so many years, if not my whole life, that now I'm like, I'm ready to put like my hands down and I want to like people that are going to bring safety and peace into my life, and where I don't have to feel like I have to defend myself from you or have to have my guards up. Like, that's kind of what I'm feeling. And yeah, so yes, I guess I want to make new friendships, and I want to meet new people, and I want to take different courses, spiritual courses as well. So maybe I'll meet like new friends there. And that excites me. That definitely is exciting. I had this meeting in January with two very intelligent women, and I won't tell you guys the details yet about what's like, that's to come, because it's not in concrete yet, but it's something that I'm planning. And it felt really good to have a lunch with women that were like, you were talking about business and life and all these positive, like just positive conversations, and not necessarily just like chisme, or talking bad about people or anything. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, you do that with your friends and we're just like catching up or whatever. But it felt really nice to have the conversation with these ladies, and we're talking about goals and helping other women and future plans and passive income and building generational like wealth, all this stuff. And I was loving it. I'm like, this is what I want more of. I want to do more of this. So, yeah, all that to say, I'm ready to lose all the right people. That came to me the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to like text my producer right now. It's really late, but here it is. So I don't forget, because I want to talk about this, because I think this is going to kind of set the tone for what's to come. And I did think it's important to talk about it, because without you guys even knowing, I think that that's what this 2025, that's the energy this year. Whether we like it or not, I feel like it's going to happen. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I believe in it. So maybe because I believe in it, I'm welcoming it and it's going to happen in my life, but doesn't mean it's going to happen in yours. And even you guys with like social media, I haven't been sharing a lot on social media since like the end of last year. And that's been intentional. I feel like I also needed a little bit of a break, and whatever I was sharing or talking about on my socials, it was about what was going on in the world, like with the fires and the immigration, situation. It's just things that I'm super passionate about. And of course, I want to share like whatever it is that I'm going to be doing, like music and my products and stuff like that. But I also want to change that. Like, I feel we need more love in the world and more positivity. And little by little, I have faith that people are going to start turning more to that. Because, like I've said, and I've shared with you guys in past episodes, I feel like on social media, like what gets the most attention is drama and negative things. And when you post something positive or something to help someone, like it doesn't get as much traction or engagement. But I'm also done with like thinking about that, even where it's like, okay, whether it gets engagement or not, like I want to put out there good stuff, things that make my soul feel better, but that are also going to make other people feel better. And if I lose followers because I'm sharing my honest opinions and what I believe in and what I'm standing for, then so be it. Goodbye. I'm fine with it. Like, I want all the people that follow me and follow me in everything that I do to follow me and love me for who I am and what I represent and what I believe in. And again, even on that are on the same wavelength. Like, hey, I just want that. I don't want to talk about even negative stuff with like my extended family, guys. And I'm going to say it here on the podcast because I want to hold myself accountable. Even with that, guys, like I don't want it. Like, even if they make bad comments about me or even about my siblings, and this is very hard for me because even when it comes to my siblings, I'm like, I want to defend them, but I no longer want to give that negativity or not just with extended family, with just anyone, because I'm not trying to single them out at all. But I don't want to give it attention and I don't want to give it more fuel. Like I don't want to. I just want to press off on the defense mode. I just want to be me, and I just want to be love and radiate love on socials and positivity. And I've always been that person, but even more so, like I need to go back to the reason why I'm here. And that might even, make some people like turn away or are going to be turned off and aren't really going to like the new me. And that's okay with me. I'm fine with that. Press the unfollow button. I'm all right with it. And if you put a negative comment on my stuff, I'm going to block you. Like, I'm there. It's like, bye. Don't need that in my life. Don't come and like contaminate my space and the positive and the light that I'm trying to share and be. Like, no, if you're going to come and contaminate, no. We're going to have our hater spray guys on deck. So yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. I had it in my heart. I was like driving with Emilio and it just came to me. Like I was listening to a song and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this is happening. Like there are going to be people that are going to be maybe turned off or disappointed with this new change or whatever the case may be. But all the right people will be in my space. And those are the people that I want to love on, and I want them to love on me. So it's all love. It's all love, guys. Soft girl era to the fullest. That is on like green 100%. So whoever wants to be on this journey with me, let's do it. And whoever doesn't, if you're not there, it's all good. Love and respect 100%. But that is what 2025 is looking like for me. So that is that. And that's what you're going to be listening to. Again, I said on the first episode, but that's what you're going to be listening to here on the podcast as well. Anyways, guys, that felt like a little, therapy session. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. Today's big takeaway is don't be afraid to set boundaries, okay? And don't forget to put yourself first. There's something so beautiful about that, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to talk to all of you again on the next episode here on Chiquis and Chill. As always, besitos, los amo. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.